Hey Smart Mouth Sisters, it's Holly, and welcome to the Monday Raw videos, which might end up being called Monday Rant videos because we seem to do a lot of ranting on Mondays. If you're new here, Mondays are unedited raw videos that have no special effects, no lighting, no sister usually. They're, and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. Monday is our free day to just be who we are, talk about whatever we want to talk about, and do our own thing. Of course, then please join us on Friday that are all very formal videos, highly edited with lots of special effects and lighting, and it makes us look a lot better. But today I am up in my spare bedroom and I have a Banksy mural behind me. So if you see his like arm coming out of my head, that's for your entertainment. But I'm up here in my spare bedroom because the light has come to this side of the house, and so I felt like it was the best place. Plus, Paul's downstairs actually editing the video for tomorrow. I'm filming this on Thursday. I'm late. It's Derby week here in Louisville, Kentucky, and the salon is very busy, as you can understand. Blah. Anyway, as you could see, probably from the title, I'd like to rant a little bit more about Monat, or Monat, M-O-N-A-T, which I understand is modern natural. Modern, and then natural, Monat. I don't care, actually, because I'm not here representing the company. I don't work for the company. I don't, provide those products. I don't, care about what the company is doing. Having that being said, I'm not here to discourage you. I'm just here to educate you. If you want to try their products, please do. I have had review videos. I reviewed their products, and so did my husband. And we have 2 other videos out there on our channel that talk about my review, my personal opinion about Monat. There have been some more comments and some recent news about Monat. There was some lawsuits and things that I'd like to talk about. And I just want to say, I feel very strongly that every single company has the right to make money. Each individual person has the right to make money. So my goal isn't to take down Monat. I'm just not a supporter of Monat. They have the right to do their own company, and when I read about Monat, they've done all of the right things. They've done the research, they have lab tests, they are FDA approved, although please, that doesn't mean anything, but they really are a company. They're a legitimate company and they're trying to sell products. I personally don't like their product. Fine. Everybody has the right to have their opinion about a product, and that's how cool it is when you go to a drugstore, when you go to the beauty supply warehouse where you have to have a cosmetology license to go and purchase those products. But that's the whole cool thing. There wouldn't be so many products available if one size fit all. There'd be one company with one shampoo and one conditioner. But that just doesn't work. And that's the cool thing about it, is that we have so many different products to choose from. I happen to like that. I think it's pretty cool to go into Target and be like, what does this smell like? And oh, I wonder what this is, and read the ingredients, and I love that. So I am not bashing Monat. I am not here to say that I hope Monat goes down the drain. It's fine. I'm also not here to bash anyone who would like to work for Monat. Monat is, to my understanding, kind of a pyramid, it's set up as a pyramid company where they would have a person, I think they're called market partners, where they have people who would go out into the society to sell for them, and then they would have somebody under them start selling, and then they would have somebody under them start selling, and so it goes forward down like a pyramid where you build your team. I personally don't like that type of selling. Little side note, about 5 years ago, I decided for my hair salon to become retail-free hair salon, meaning that I do not carry any retail, and it was the best choice I've ever made for the hair salon. I want the freedom, and it has given me the freedom to be able to really customize, suggesting to each and every client and his or her budget the best products that I feel like is good for them. So that freed me up to recommend high-end, drugstore, all kinds of individual products. I could like a shampoo from one line, I could like a conditioner from another line, and it takes the pressure off. They don't have to buy from me. It really is cool though, because it does force me to kind of keep up with what's out there, because clients will text me from Walgreens and be like, is this any good? And I'm like, I don't know. So I actually have to go to Walgreens or Target and pick up a few things and try them and feel them and touch them. I won't recommend anything that I haven't used myself. So that kind of brings me to, you know, the experiment that I did a year ago. When I started researching on my own about Monat, I decided I have to test it on myself before I can recommend it or sell it to anyone. That is who I am. So I did so, and I'm not going to go all into that. You all can watch those videos. I didn't like it. I used it for about 60 days, and so did my husband, which was very interesting because a lot of people had made some comments that my hair was probably already damaged because of bleach. Okay, and that's fine. You can think that. I do the right thing with my hair. I want to keep my hair. I like my hair, and I do know how to bleach it correctly. My husband does not have bleached hair. He doesn't have any color or any chemical service on his hair. His hair is natural. You can see photos of him on our Instagram, and he's got gray hair, and clearly not colored. And he had the exact same results. He experienced the exact same thing as me with my color treated hair. So I really don't feel like my color treated hair came into play, which I'm going to pause on that. We're going to get back to my hair. Let's back up and go back to the Monat. Again, every person who works for Monat has the right to make money, and I really do hope that they're successful. Where they went wrong is that Monat does not require any kind of education to be a sales rep. In fact, I went on their website last night to see what kinds of tools, educational tools, that they're providing for their market partners who sign up to sell. There's short videos on how to shampoo your hair. They don't really dive deep into the 3 phases of your hair, what these products are trying to do for each phase. They don't go into any of the chemical, they don't go deeply into the chemical. I do think that they're not hiring cosmetologists, and that's fine. Every person has the right to make money. However, if I was going to sign up for Monat and I wasn't educated, I would try to find anything to educate myself to help better prepare me to sell these products. I would review all the ingredients on my own. I would test it on me before I started selling at all, which I did, which I decided not to sell. I looked up all the ingredients. In fact, I have something really useful to share with you guys, and it's a skincare and hair ingredient book. This is my favorite go-to book. It is so cool. It's got lots of glossary, you know, index of it. This is actually made by Milady, which here in the United States, if you go to any cosmetology-based school, they are actually using textbooks from the Milady Corporation. It's just the industry standard here. So I trust the book. I got it off Amazon. It was not cheap. It was like $36. I kind of like to have it as a reference book. However, it is 2018 and you can look up anything on the internet, so look up your ingredients. So let's talk about ingredients, because I had mentioned in one of the past videos that I didn't like some of the ingredients, and I still don't. What bothers me is that some people were saying, oh, it didn't have, you said it had alcohol in it, but it doesn't. If I said that it does, it means that it does. It's so funny to be corrected by someone who is clearly not educated. And I love that you're passionate about your product. I really do. I love that. Do your thing. Let's review some of these ingredients. This is the Revitalised Conditioner, and it does have cetyl alcohol in it as ingredient number 2. I'm reading it. You should too. You should read it. This is the Intense Repair Treatment Shampoo, and this one has benzyl alcohol. And that's that one. Benzyl alcohol. I'm reading it right on there. Look it up. Your products. Here's the Intense Repair, and this has benzyl alcohol. B-E-N-Z-Y-L, benzyl alcohol. Let's look it up together. Benzyl alcohol, a preservative against bacteria. Yay! Used in concentrations of 1.0 to 3.0%. It causes skin irritation. It causes skin irritation. So this one is the Root Lifter benzyl alcohol. This one is the Intense Repair Treatment benzyl alcohol. There's no twist in my words here, kids. Now, I'm not a chemist, I'm not a scientist. I've just researched, and you can too. I love, again, that you're passionate about a product, but please do your research. If I say there's alcohol in it, then prove me wrong. But I'm reading it. These are Monat products that I purchased on my very own. They do have other alcohols in it called cetyl alcohol, which is just a thickening agent, and there is another alcohol that's a preservative. I can't pronounce it because I'm not a chemist. UNDECYLALCOHOL, which I looked up as a preservative. But the truth is, I went to hair school, and a funny little myth about hair school, if I can just vent about hair school for a minute. The myth about hair school is they think that, oh, I'm getting so red and hot and like fired up talking about this. The thing about hair school is they don't teach you how to cut hair, and that's the flaw in hair school. The positive thing about hair school is they do teach you all of the things that people don't assume that you know. It's very interesting. I actually, they taught a couple of basic haircuts, but I actually learned haircutting. I was required to apprentice here in Louisville, Kentucky, or in Kentucky. Each state is different with their cosmetology laws. In Kentucky, I was required to apprentice for 6 months. And I actually apprenticed, I think, for 9 months. It was a little bit longer just because it was crazy. That's where I learned how to actually cut hair. And shout out to Jazz Floyd. I mean, thank goodness, or it was Jazz Floyd at the time. Thank goodness, she taught me how to cut hair and do things, that I'm still using today, and she's very talented. But hair school actually teaches you things that we just use every day. We don't realize that we're using them. We had to learn all of the chemicals that I use every day, 4 or 5 times a day. And I am not a chemist, but I am an expert at the chemicals that I have used for 18 years. I am an expert at those chemicals. I understand them. I know what they can do, and I know what they can't do. So getting back to my hair, somebody had said that I must have had a bad experience using Monat because I had overly processed hair. But understanding the chemicals and what they can and cannot do, the chemical, when used correctly, doesn't damage internally. The chemical cannot go into my scalp and chemically alter or damage that hair follicle, the bulb, because it's underneath my skin. My hair is over processed out here. And I could understand how someone would think that my hair would be maybe breaking off. But the hair loss that I experienced was full shed, which is coming out of the root. My husband also experienced full shed. We'll get back to that. The other things that I learned at hair school was anatomy. Believe it or not, I had to actually learn all of the muscles in the scalp and in the face. I had to learn all the muscles in the hands and the feet. Crazy, huh? I had to learn all the diseases of hair. I had to learn all the diseases of skin. I had to learn all the diseases of nails. This is crazy stuff that you don't think that your hairdresser knows about. I didn't go to hair school to learn about hair. I had to learn science, the science behind the industry. So, you know, again, I'm not a chemist, but I have experience in this, and that's where I think Monat fails, is they're not hiring educated people to represent their company. So that's unfortunate. It's very interesting, there was a lawsuit that happened most recently, and actually I stayed up late last night reading 41 pages. This is public information, the lawsuit between Monat and Miss Baker, who is a hairstylist, I think, in Michigan. And she lost, and she probably should have. I read 41 pages and I saw all the exhibits, A through D, I believe. You can Google it, it's out there. Monat was suing her, I believe, and again, you can read it, for defamation. She went a little aggressive. Again, these are my opinions. I'm not saying that Monat should shut down. She went a little bit far to try to say that Monat was ruining her career because she didn't like the product, but her clients were asking her about the product, and so she's trying to sell a product that's on her shelf, and there was like a conflict of interest, and some of her clients were wanting to sell it and wondering why she's not selling it, and she did her own research and saw a lot of negative things about it, and so she started to slander them online. She even created a Facebook group page, Monat Nightmare or something. I think it's been taken down. She was aggressive with it. So I don't think that's right either. I'm making a video on my opinion. I'm not attacking Monat for existing. They have the right to exist. She lost. The judge favored in Monat because, and I agree with this one stylist is making all of these claims that what Monat did with no scientific backup. The hairstylist, to my knowledge, doesn't own a lab. The hairstylist, to my knowledge, didn't do any kind of controlled testing on a group. To my knowledge, the hairstylist was making all of these claims without true scientific data. So, yeah, I sort of think that was kind of wrong. I'm giving you my opinion on what happened to me and my husband. Everybody is different. Not everybody likes the same thing. Not everybody likes the same feeling on their hair. You know, not everybody likes the same food, the same fashion, the same wall art, you know, and I love that. Okay. So I just think that there has to be some sort of education. You know, to say on some comments under my previous videos that, you know, that this particular product had helped stop all hair shedding. That's not okay. That's not okay for you to be promoting that uneducated statement. Monat is not claiming to stop all hair shedding. That's actually not natural. Every single mammal on this earth who has hair has shed. So do we. We have 3 phases of hair. There is the kind of that growing stage. I have notes because I had to find out, because there's growing, intermediate, and fall, or the shedding stage. But there's actually more scientific terms. The anagen stage is the growing stage. The catatin stage is where it prepares for the resting in the fall. And then there's the telogen stage, which is the actual shedding stage. Everybody goes through this cycle. Every single person who has hair goes through this cycle. And you can't stop it. It is a natural thing. You don't want to stop it. If you were stopping it, something is clogging that hair follicle, and that is dangerous. It is very normal for the average person to lose 80 to 100 hairs per day. That sounds really weird, but it's not happening all at once. You have, you know, some hairs that you'll leave on your pillowcase. Some hairs are on the headrest in your car. Some hairs are on your sweater. Some hairs are in the drain. So you don't see this accumulation of 80 to 100 hairs, but it does happen. It is natural. If you have a healthy scalp, you should be. When I was using Monat, I had aggressive shedding. I had aggressive shedding. I am 43. I know what my normal shed is. I had aggressive shedding, which I could realize by myself that it wasn't my usual shedding. It was extremely alarming. Interestingly enough, my husband had aggressive shedding. And so I can't help but to think the only thing that we were doing differently was testing Monat products. This is my opinion. Monat's still existing, still selling, and I hope everybody's successful. It just irritates me that they are putting out their representatives who aren't educated. So I don't really have an answer for that. This was just me ranting and getting fired up about it, because it's just, you know, clearly when people start making comments and they're clearly uneducated, that's where it bothers me. That's where it changes my opinion of how Monat is projecting their company forward. And again, everybody has the right to make money. I just want you to form your own opinion. If you are here, that means that you respect my opinion somehow. I don't know. But I've been doing hair for 18 years, and I have studied the chemistry of hair, and clearly reading the products. Just read the back of the products. Just read the product. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go cool down and have some bourbon and enjoy derby time. And if you're still here, thanks for listening. And I'm going to link the other two videos that I have referred to in the comments. And if you have any other topic suggestions that you want to hear about, please leave the comments down below and give this video a thumbs up. And join Heather and I on Friday for another fun video. I have no idea what it's about. I should have asked Paul before I came upstairs. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. See you later, bye!